The first time Caroline heard the voice was at exactly 7 p.m. It crackled through the old transistor radio she'd found in her late father's attic, wrapped in plastic and dust, like someone had tried to forget it ever existed. She didn't expect it to work, but when she turned the dial, just for fun, the static cleared for half a second and a deep, broken voice whispered, "I remember you." It didn't scare her at first. It didn't even seem possible. She chalked it up to an old recording or some odd signal feedback. But something in her chest tightened. Caroline was a 32-year-old single mom, a nurse in upstate New York, trying to balance work, grief, and raising her 9-year-old son, Miles, after the sudden death of her father 2 months earlier. They weren't close toward the end. Too many arguments, too many unresolved wounds. But grief doesn't wait for perfect closure. The attic had been left untouched since the funeral, and going through her father's things was both a duty and a form of healing. That radio, strange as it was, became her late-night companion. Every night at 7 p.m., she turned it on. And every night, someone spoke. The voice was always different. Sometimes it cried. Sometimes it begged. Sometimes it warned. "Don't trust the man in the mirror," it said one evening. "He's not you anymore." Caroline grew increasingly disturbed, but couldn't stop listening. Each message felt more personal, like it was digging into memories she hadn't touched in years. There was no antenna on the device. No batteries. And still it worked. Then Miles began talking to someone. Someone Caroline never saw. "Who are you talking to, buddy?" she asked one day as he played in his room. He looked up with wide eyes. "Grandpa says I shouldn't open the basement door." Her blood ran cold. The basement door hadn't been touched in weeks. Her father had always kept it padlocked, claiming electrical issues, though nobody had ever seen a single wire out of place. One night, curiosity got the better of her. She unlocked it. The smell hit her first. Damp, earthy, metallic. The basement wasn't empty. At the far end was a large sheet draped over something tall. And behind it, an old armchair. And beside that, another radio. Identical. But this one was shattered. She pulled the sheet back, heart hammering. A wall of photographs, string, notes, all about her. Caroline at school. Caroline with Miles. Caroline walking home from work. Surveillance photos. Notes in her father's handwriting. "He's back. She's not safe. They want her." She stumbled back, breath catching. Was her father watching her? Protecting her? From what? That night, the voice on the radio was different. Clearer. Calmer. "I kept it from you," it said, "so you could be free. But it's found you again." And then the screaming began. Not from the radio, but from upstairs. "Miles." She ran up the steps to find him standing in the hallway, staring into the bathroom mirror, eyes wide in silent terror. His reflection didn't match his movement. It smiled when he didn't. The mirror shattered without warning, cracking down the center. Miles collapsed into her arms. Over the next week, everything spiraled. Miles stopped sleeping. The voice on the radio grew demanding. Caroline heard footsteps in the attic. Whispers in the shower. At exactly 7 p.m. every night, the radio activated on its own, no matter where she hid it. It followed her. She finally went to the church her father used to visit weekly, but never spoke about. The priest there, Father Hall, remembered him. He looked at her with solemn eyes and said, "He came here to pray for your safety. He said something dark was tied to your birth and his." Caroline demanded answers. That night, she listened to the radio one last time, pressing record. The voice that came through wasn't the one from the past few weeks. It was her father's, weeping, confessing. "I tried to stop it. It came for your mother first. And then it latched onto me. I fought it, banished it to the radio. But now you've listened, it knows you." Caroline took the radio and the shattered one from the basement, drove 40 miles to the quarry her father used to take her to as a child, and threw them both into the depths. For a week, there was silence. Peace. Until one evening at 7 p.m., her phone buzzed. A voicemail. "I remember you." Sometimes the past doesn't want to be forgotten. Sometimes grief isn't just emotional, it's spiritual. Caroline's story reminds us of the power of family, even broken ones. Of protecting what matters most. And of letting go, even if it haunts us first. Stay safe. Stay grounded. And whatever you do, don't tune in at 7 p.m.